This is an imaginary opening theme song. Oh. Hello there. Hope you're having a good day, or at least a good week, or at least a good sandwich. Yes, good sandwiches are hard to come by, I know. But yeah, so today I wanted to talk about something that happened. It's been a while since it happened. It's been roughly 2 months or something that the situation did happen. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to talk about it, because I think there's something that we need to note about it, and I will further explain my point and why I chose to react to this, right? So let's go ahead and react to it, and then we'll talk about it and stuff, shall we? Okay.
When it comes to sad, pathetic things on the internet, I feel like I've seen it all. I'm like the Oracle from the Matrix. Nothing surprises me anymore.
I doubt it.
Yet, today I bore witness to something so tragically embarrassing on Twitch that it's making me reflect, and it's put me in a very somber state. I feel as though I'm at a funeral service. A streamer invited one of her mods to hang out with her in real life, and then did a stream that was an hour and 25 minutes of agonizing, miserable, inhumane torture.
Very
Waterboarding
inhumane,
would have felt more pleasant for this mod, I imagine. She spends the entire stream basically just insulting him. He is the butt of every one of her jokes, and she kind of just reduces him to a spittoon for her and her chat to spit in, and...
Yeah, or basically it was kind of like, he was sitting on one of those roast thrones. Of course, those are very outdated right now, but where people were all like, oh yeah, just sit on this throne and then we're gonna roast you and all that, right? But even worse taste than that. I mean, even that is not that great, but sometimes, people enjoy it because they're like, oh yeah, that was a funny thing. Yeah, oh yeah, I see why I could be mistaken and whatnot, right? But this one was way worse than that.
Make fun of. Now, I think punching bags get treated with more respect than this guy did. And
yeah, I know, right?
It only got worse the longer the stream went on. She had a donation goal where if the stream gave her $500, she would kiss him.
Sorry, one more shot, guys.
And then
if
she's
you ever
acting
want to
like
get drunk really fast, just have to kiss Dilly. You'll be fucked up by the time the night's over.
That is soul-crushingly mean-spirited.
I know, right? Also, she doesn't even have to, a lot of people usually gloss over kissing and whatnot, right? They're all like, it's not a big deal, right? It's just 1 second, just, and then you're out. It's over, right? But she overplays it so much. She's all like, oh, I can't believe I'm going to do this, stuff like that. And then you're thinking to yourself, okay, if you never wanted to do it, why would you have the goal then? Because, people like to troll, and sometimes they will troll you a lot, and then they will reach a goal just to troll you. It will happen, most of the time it does happen, So never put a goal that you're not, comfortable with completing anyways in the first place, no one's forcing you, girl. You put it there for you. You put that goal there.
Spirited. That is downright diabolical. Saying if you want to get drunk, just try and kiss Dilly. You'll be fucked up by the end of the night. Saying that you have to be hammered to want to kiss this guy. And this is the attitude for the entire stream. So she makes it pretty clear that she can't really stand to be around him unless she is extraordinarily drunk. So the whole time she is drinking throughout the stream, they reach the donation goal, so now she's obligated to give him a little smooch.
Well, not entirely obligated, but you get the point. Because she could have also said, let's just change the goal, right?
It's okay. Can you come closer?
This close? Okay.
How much more closer do you want him?
Whenever you're ready.
Can you pucker up?
He
pucker
was.
up.
This is I have small lips.
How much more you want him to do it, girl?
You just nodded on me. You just nodded on me.
This is my allergies.
Jeez. Because you're dragging it off, girl.
Went on my leg.
Just change the goal.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Could just change the goal.
Okay.
And you know why she's running? Because she also just now caught on fire and she needs someone to call the fire department because she is burning. So something just happened. She just suddenly caught in blue flames and whatnot, you know, because like, oh no, how could that ever happen? Yeah, sometimes you watch stuff and like you lose a lot of faith in humanity, I would say. But then again, you know, was our faith even that high to begin with? I don't know. Well, like again, at any point of time, you could have just changed the goal.
If I was watching a hostage video where someone had kidnapped my grandmother, threatening to slit her throat unless I paid the ransom, I would honestly find that video to be less cruel and more humane than this Twitch stream I just watched. This is absolutely brutal. My heart breaks for this guy. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he's done to deserve this, but this is like a divine punishment here. This whole thing was her idea. Yeah. This was her donation incentive. And now she's acting like it was the worst thing that ever happened to her. It's so bad, she's got to go rinse her mouth out. She's got to fucking brush her teeth and scrub it all down with soap and bleach just to try and erase the stain that his lips put upon hers. It's just evil. This whole stream is her basically just bullying this guy.
She is very, very... You see, now she's gonna come back eventually. Eventually.
You okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm back, guys.
Oh, did you not get ejected? You know? Did you not get ejected from the ship? Oh, that's why you took so long, right? Because you got ejected from the ship alongside your blue flame. Sheesh. And again, like in any point of time, you could have changed the goal to something else. You know, also, like, even the other goals are kind of weird in this anyways. Like, look, I'll show you. Like, look what it says here. Dono goal, Dilly sniffs my laundry. And Dilly being this guy. And then a sub-goal, scary game with Dilly. Like, that's more of a, you know, like, normal tone thing. But the laundry is like, what? Why even?
Sorry, I'm good. I'm good.
She's putting on this big song and dance about how gross and disgusting this was, when it was her idea. She's doing this just to make him feel even worse and put on a show for her chat at this guy's expense. Like, oh, this loveless loser virgin flew all the way here and, oh, I just had to kiss him. Like,
yeah, the worst thing ever.
Mean. And this should be a wake-up call to her chat that, like, donates money to her under this idea that she's going to like them or something like that, or parasocially donating to her because they think that they're going to be friends or even more than that. This should be the biggest wake-up call. Your third eye should be fucking beaming from your forehead right now with this out there. This is her mod, someone who literally, like, does a ton for her, and this is how
yeah, because mods really do a ton for streamers, you know, like they keep an eye on our chats and stuff like that. They also, you know, try to help us if we need to change the title, if we need to change this, if maybe you have a mod that's dedicated to clipping your stuff, so, you know, later on it's much easier for you to find the moments, so you can then create something and whatnot and stuff like that. And of course, you know, being a mod is basically, you know, a job you do voluntarily. Like you volunteer your own time to try to help someone that you support because you like their content, you like their personality, whatever it is, you know, and stuff like that. And this is what you get for supporting someone, apparently. And it's all like, it's just so weird and bizarre. And again, she could have just easily changed the goal later on, saying, never mind, guys, you know, I don't feel it and stuff like that. Because look, the kiss never needed to be a big deal, right? She could have just changed it to, okay, maybe I'll give him a kiss on his cheek or something, right? And just be done with that. If she wasn't comfortable with doing the lip to lip, that's fine. But again, she could have changed it all on her own. She did not have to react in such a weird, bizarre way in the first place.
How he's getting treated in front of everybody. That's what she thinks of you as well. Now, like I said, it's not just this viral moment here.
Maybe even worse.
The very beginning of the stream comes out fucking guns blazing, going hog wild about this guy having no shot with her and that she doesn't even really respect him at all.
Yeah, Dilly's living the dream. Aren't you so happy to be here?
Yeah. It's my dream, y'all.
Yeah, I've been posting pictures of Dilly every single day on Discord, and this guy cannot hang. Dilly's eyes are fucked. It's because I have cats and he's allergic, and he has allergy medicine. Doesn't he look like Gru from... This is big movie. Sorry, every time I see Dilly, I just start laughing.
This is the very beginning of the stream. This is chapter.
I mean, Gru is a very beloved character, you know? I'm just saying, sure, the Minions got their own movie and whatnot, but you know, a lot of people remember Gru as well, you know. It wasn't just about the Minions, you know. We were also very interested in how they got to meet Gru and then how they went on to serve Gru and stuff like that. Like, why are you trying to say Gru there, huh? Like, are you trying to insult Gru or something? Because I don't know about you, but anyways.
Chapter 1. It's not even chapter 1. This is the prologue. And she immediately comes out of the gate saying that he looks like Gru from Despicable Me, and she can't help but laugh when she sees him. The stream doesn't even make it 5 full minutes without her making sure to insult him in front of everybody.
Yeah, and she also makes sure to make fun of him because of allergies, because yeah, we all can control our allergies, right, guys? Right? No? What? We can't? What? Some people, for some people, allergies are very not a funny situation because they can be very severe, huh? What? Oh, she doesn't know that? Oh, she doesn't care? Okay, I got you. Yeah. Like, I told you, sometimes people really like making fun of others for, like, the basest things that they have no control over, but it doesn't stop you from making fun of them, you know? It's just always weird when they do that.
He's just getting publicly
No matter
flogged
who does that.
immediately. She is flaying him alive throughout most of the stream. Again, this whole hour and 25 minutes is basically just make fun of Dilly and let the chat make fun of Dilly too. It's so mean-spirited. And this guy, again, I don't know anything about him. He wasn't even creepy or weird or awkward. He seemed like just a very normal guy. He even seems pretty nice and really not weird. Yes, he does come across as like a little lonely and a little socially shy, but there's no like red flags or anything alarming about this guy at all.
Also, a lot of the times, I don't know what it is, but people think that if someone is socially awkward, that gives them the biggest go to make fun of them because of that. Like, it's like, you can't be socially awkward. If you are socially awkward, then that gives me the right to make fun of you, ridicule you, whatever it is and whatnot. I don't know why I think I have this right, but I do. That's what I think. And then they just roll along with that. Like not everyone is going to be comfortable with socializing with everyone they come across. That is fine. Not everyone has the same level of excitement meeting new people, right? So like some people would rather just not meet new people and just rather just have a certain circle to themselves. Sure. You know, that's fine. And when that doesn't give you the right to go on and just try to make fun of people that might be a bit more awkward than you. They can be awkward. That's who they are. Everyone is different. Like sheesh, man, sheesh.
This must have been hell on earth for him to not only get invited out by the person that he clearly cares about since he mods for her, but to go there and then just be perpetually insulted directly by that person and the community that you mod for, having all these tomatoes thrown at you throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, no.
And on top of all of that, be surrounded by cats which trigger his allergies. The misery must have been indescribable. Like, I'm getting parasocial with it because I actually just really do feel bad for him here. Like, brother, come on. Have some more self-respect. Have some more confidence. You deserve it. You deserve better than this treatment here. That was just so
you didn't need to.
Now, I already know the cope. I know what the excuse is going to be. Oh, she's clearly just pushing his buttons. They're just joshing around. They're very close friends, obviously. But I don't get that impression at all.
Yeah, it's not obvious.
These aren't jokes I would tell to even my best friend Matt, who I've known since middle school. A lot of what she says to and about Dilly is just downright nasty. I would never say to Matt, like, the only reason, you know, your wife ever kissed you is because she must have been blackout drunk and forgot what you looked like or something. That's just so fucked up. And, like, she makes statements like that pretty often throughout this stream. These aren't really jokes.
Yep.
She is just insulting this guy as much as possible to make him a laugh.
By the way, I have heard similar jokes between people that the one that like Charlie just did, right? Like some people do that to friends, sure. But then the other friend also does a similarly, mean-spirited joke, but they both, are like in on the joke, right? It's not just one-sided completely and stuff like that. So it's all like, this is why it's very confusing. Like you think maybe he put up with all that because they're very good friends and stuff like that, but it's throughout the entire thing, it's always just her, overreacting, over exaggerating, over everything else, and the guy's just quietly there, just taking it all. Like, he doesn't say anything, he doesn't get mad, he doesn't like be all like, maybe we shouldn't, or something like that, It's just always one-sided. And she took advantage of that one-sidedness.
Cute couple, baby, are not dating. I did not claim this. Yo. Sorry, that's so mean, but don't claim it. So yeah, 1 hour stream, so every minute counts. I made a donation goal of $500. I will kiss Dilly. So we hit it. But hopefully, I will be drunk for that. Let's take the first shot of the night, yeah? Is it too early?
No. Cheers.
The way she responded to the cute couple statement, it seemed like she was genuinely offended anyone would even say something like that. Now, keep in mind, she's still sober.
Also, girl, like, people don't even like it when, in webtoons, when girls are drunk, they kiss guys. But you say that you have to be drunk to kiss the guy, and it's not like it's, you guys were planning on being very intimate with the kiss either, so, like, why are you using drunkenness as an excuse? You should never, people always like using drunkenness as an excuse, like, they're all like, oh, I got drunk, so now I did that, oh, this happened because I was drunk, oh, this, all that, blah, blah, blah. If you cannot handle your liquor, please don't overdrink then, okay? Know your own limits, because believe it or not, sometimes other people will not help you out if you're drunk. They will not be responsible for you if you're drunk because they don't care, or maybe they're drunk as well, and then they're all like, who knows where they went, and just go off and whatnot and stuff like that. And they wouldn't be 100% in the wrong either. Like, I even watched like a series or movie or something like that. There was a scene where, like, there was a sorority girl that she got really drunk, and then it was freezing outside, and then the other girl, just went out with her and took her outside, but then something happened, and then she left her there because the girl said, yeah, I can get back inside on my own and stuff like that, right? And then later on, they found the girl, and then what happened? Nope, she froze outside because she couldn't get herself back up. I'm just saying, always, you yourself should need to be responsible when you can, especially with drinking, because you can control the amount you drink and whatnot. So yeah, just be responsible for yourself, okay?
Right here. So this is still her insulting him with the training wheels on. She hasn't even taken the gloves off yet. It gets really bad shortly after.
I made all the boys go at Dilly to help change his pants. So I think Dilly threw away his chunky throat pants in the trash. Dilly had the same size hands. No, oh my god. You have baby hands.
No.
I mean,
yeah, we have the
his
same
is still
size
slightly
hands.
bigger than yours, girl.
Let me do a small dick.
The astute observers out there will have noticed that I put the stream to 2x speed during her story times, and I'll openly admit to it. The reason is because it was genuinely painful listening to her tell those stories, because it's just shitting on Dilly. She's putting him on blast as frequently as possible, sharing his most embarrassing moments, so giving his lowlights. Here's the worst of moments with Dilly. Here's what Dilly did that was so embarrassing last night. You guys need to hear this.
Yeah, also, she's trying to roast him for having proportions to his body. Just think how stupid that sounds.
It's just, again, so unnecessarily mean. And then, of course, she has to do something about penis size, so she says, we have the same size hands, which means you have a tiny dick. Your hands aren't even the same size. His hands are visibly bigger than yours, but again, this is just being...
Plus, it's more so because she has, like, those long nails that it shows that it's a bit more closer to what it is. And also, like, a lot of times people say hands do not correlate to down below, and feet size do not correlate to down below. So again, it's just always people say stuff, but doesn't necessarily mean it's true or not. And also, again, why are people so obsessed with sizes? I don't understand. Whether it's for Booba size or the guy size, like, why are people obsessed with it? Sheesh, man, sheesh.
rude for the sake of it. Nobody is meaner to tier 3 subs or Twitch mods than the streamer themselves, it seems. She is so much nastier to her mod than anyone on Twitter has ever been to any mod for any streamer ever. Now, there are a couple times in the stream that she says that they're good friends, so it's all, in good fun.
Yeah,
and
sure,
what
good
a
fun,
load
yeah.
of dirty barnacles. I think she says that to try and convince Dilly, and Dilly, he believes it. Dilly's bought into that fantasy. This does not strike me as two people that are friends. This strikes me as her using him for content, as a punching bag. Yeah. That's what this all seems like. No friend dynamic is like this. No friendship goes like this. Of course you're going to joke around with your friends. You're going to get mean with your friends. But at the end of the day, you're close, and you know that there's no actual bad blood or malicious intent there.
Yeah, like, for instance, right, I witnessed this myself, right, like, there were two girls, right, they became best of friends and whatnot, and then they would sometimes, when they were calling out to each other, they were using, like, an insulting word, or they were using the word, that starts with B and whatnot, but they were both in on it, so they both had banter, and they were fine with it, right, but then again, if, like, a random person started calling one of them that, of course, then that would be a problem, because you're a random person. Why are you calling this person like that, Then it would be a problem. The thing with friends is, right, sure, you can have banter. Sure, sometimes your banter can be mean and stuff like that. But it's between you and the other person who is your friend. And you guys understand your own inside jokes. You guys know your history. You guys know why you're saying something when you say stuff, right? But if some random person says that to you, of course, it wouldn't be appropriate and stuff like that. But here it's like, it's almost like, right, he bought into the word friends, and a lot of the times people actually do use the word friend to get away with stuff regarding other people. Like, for instance, if someone were to, let's say, oh, we're such good friends, right? You'll help me out with my homework, right? And then you help them out, right? And then they keep coming back to you and back to you and back to you. But if you ever want to hang out with them, they're all like, oh, no, oh, sorry, I'm too busy. Or like, oh, no, so something suddenly came up. Or, they don't even really respond to you. And then they just change the subject and stuff like that. Because a lot of the times, especially the ones that don't do well in social situations and stuff like that, if someone refers to them as a friend, it might either confuse them, or it might either make them feel nice, and then they might, try to, like, do something for them because, they feel like an obligation to do something for their friends, trying to be nice to them or something, or just do something in general, right? But then they don't see that the only reason why they were referred to as a friend was just because either they wanted something out of them, they wanted them to do some sort of labor for them, they wanted to just, like, play a prank on them, perhaps, because a lot of people use, like, pranks as a way to be very mean to others and stuff like that. And it does happen, unfortunately. Like, look at, there's, like, so many teenage stuff, movies, series, or anything like that, where, like, the bully, just suddenly starts acting nice to the person, and then the only reason why they did it was to humiliate them because, whatever reason, they don't like them, so they feel like they can humiliate them and whatnot. That's exactly how she acted towards him, basically, and then it's this is kind of a lesson, though. If you yourself need to find friends and what it means to you within yourself, and then you need to look at the people that you call friend and see how well they fit into that idea of what you think a friend should be, and see what they do for you and what you do for them in return, and then see your dynamic and stuff like that. Like, I have friends that, even if I don't contact them, like, every single day, right, stuff like that, even if I don't do that, we're still friends, because if they message me out of the blue, I would still respond to them. And it's the same if I message them out of the blue, and they would still respond to me, because that is just how our friendship is. People get busy. You can't always just, contact people. Even if people say, you know, your best friend, you should always be in contact with them. They should always like talk to you and stuff like that. That's also not really realistic, okay? It might not happen. You know, like even if someone refers, like I have people refer to me like that I'm their best friend, but like I said, we only chat once in a while, but when we chat, we do talk a lot and stuff like that. So you yourself have to define what friend means to you and see how people treat you and how you treat people. Okay?
There. I do not get that vibe from this.
Oh, and also never try to change to fit into a friend group or try to, you know, adhere more to what your friend likes and like just give up on asking them to like the same thing as you. Like, you know, sometimes when you're friends with people, both of you might not like the same things, or both of you might like the same things, so you want to spend time together. But even if you don't like the same things, you still maybe like something in the middle, and that makes you friends and stuff like that. That's totally fine. Just don't try to like suddenly be someone that's super interested in something that you really aren't and stuff like that, all for the sake of friendship. That's not what friendship should be. Okay, or at least I don't think that's what friendship should be. You should still be able to be yourself, express your own thoughts, express your own likes when you're with your friend.
This interaction at all, because it is unrelenting for an hour and 25 minutes, and what I'm about to show you here, I think is the most foul thing that she said throughout it.
Oh my god, so either go back with my ex or get with Tilly for 6 months. Fuck. Okay, so in case you guys...
Yeah, so let me show it to you guys real quick. Get back with Dale, which is her ex, or get with Dilly for 6 months. And whatnot. And of course people are gonna ask, you know, the questions that are like, ha ha ha, you know, kind of like that, right? But like, she doesn't need to respond in a bad way. Do you know that you don't have to respond in a bad way, girl?
guys know or don't know, I don't want to say his name out loud. This ex fucking traumatized me. Get a gambling addiction, drug addiction, porn addiction. Like, he actually fucked me up, okay? So either go through trauma and emotional abuse or date Dilly for 6 months. Trying to get back with my ex. Okay, next question. Is it true that you have...
It's in 2 times speed because, again, she was going on a montage of degrading him.
Yeah.
And then it got to that question. Would you rather get back with your ex, who apparently traumatized her, or date Dilly for 6 months? And she chooses her ex. And then just laughs it off. She would rather be in, I guess, this emotionally abusive situation that she called it, and be traumatized, than be with Dilly for 6 months. Why would you even answer this question in the first place? That is so fucked up. I was stunned when that came around. Could have just been
like, eh.
Like, she knows Dilly is clearly interested in her romantically, and yet she uses that as the butt of the jokes. Like, half of the stream is making it clear that she feels she is so out of his league, so superior to him, that the comedy is that people would even suggest there's a chance. So this question rolls around, and she's like, oh yeah, I'd definitely just go back with the ex. Definitely wouldn't go back or go with Dilly for 6 months. I'd rather be emotionally abused than spend time with this guy. In front of his face, too. The guy who basically does work for you on your streams by modding, who has also now gone out of his way to hang out with you in real life and on your stream for your content. And now he has to sit there and hear that you would rather be emotionally abused and traumatized than date him for 6 months. This guy who obviously cares about you. I can't even imagine what a statement like that must feel like to hear. And he has to keep himself composed because she's broadcasting all of this to her audience publicly.
I don't even think she realizes, like, what's the severity of what she said is, in a way. You know, like abusive relationships are never a joke, okay? It's not funny. It's not something you should joke about like that. It's, you know, it's not a joke, okay? Okay? Like, you would, like, you know, you should have just... And by the way, she didn't need to, like, be all like, oh, you know, of course I would, like, go out with Dilly because he's a great guy or something like that. She didn't even have to say that. She doesn't have to say she needs to date anyone. That's what I'm saying. Like, she could have just opted out and say, oh, well, actually, I just rather be on my own right now because, you know, I'm trying to, like, get myself back together. Or, like, you know, it's just... after the recent abusive relationship I was in, I feel like maybe I shouldn't go back into dating so quickly or something like that. You know, like a sensible answer, right? She could have gone with that as well, but no, she just had to be like, oh no, I'm going back to the ex. Why is he your ex then? Yeah, if you were so okay with what he was doing, why is he your ex? Because that's what you make it sound like, right? If you're so okay with going back to your ex instead of dating one person, like you're saying that you're fine with whatever your ex did to you and stuff like that. Like that's what that means if you go through that and stuff like that. Like, do you understand why your ex is your ex in the first place even? Like, it was not good. You should not ever say you're gonna go back to him. Hello? Hello? Knock, knock, knock. Common sense, where are you?
I've never met anyone that I've had any kind of relationship with, a friend or even an acquaintance, that has said something that even teeters on as mean as what she just did right there. And she did it right to the face of someone who very clearly cares a lot about her.
Yeah,
now
he needs to
laughs it off and moves on to the next question. And I think Dilly has been brainwashed by her into thinking that he's a good friend of hers. But Dilly, I'm just going to hit you with a cold water. Friends don't treat each other this way. She is treating you like a subhuman pile of garbage.
Yep. Me personally, I would not hit.
Yeah, so, yeah, would you hit?
So, yeah, there is a right or wrong answer. Well, me personally...
Like, look, I mean, you know, Chad is gonna ask questions. They're gonna always try to, like, get some kind of reaction out of people, right, and stuff like that. But again, you don't have to always keep going for the same thing, you know? Yourself when you're answering stuff, you could always just be like, okay, not this one, or something like that, right? You don't have to go out of your way. Sheesh. Rate a mod from 1 to 10, and if you would smash, basically. That's what they said.
How about you rate me first?
10 out of 10.
Oh, but you know what? I'm not gonna rate. I'm just gonna drink.
That means I'm a 6. It's okay.
Okay. Doesn't even want to rate him.
Out loud.
No.
Again, it's just an absolute flurry of disrespect from her towards Dilly. But I wanted to show this clip here at the end because I think this is a great summation of how this whole experience went.
Yeah,
where
it's just weird.
He rates her a 10 out of 10. And then she refuses to rate him, so he playfully's like, oh, okay, that must mean like I'm a 6. And then she didn't have to say anything. She could have just moved on to the next question. But she went out of her way to let him know that that's not the case. So she says, if it was a 6, I would have said it out loud. Anyway, just trying to take another little stab, drive the dagger deep inside of his heart here to let him know that he is beneath her. He's not a 6 to her, and he needs to know it. Yeah, it's so unnecessarily mean. It's just being an asshole and nothing more. She puts him down every chance she can find. She attacks every single one of his perceived weaknesses in her eyes, and is doing everything in her power to publicly humiliate and degrade him. It is not friendly. There is nothing jovial about this whole stream at all. It is mean-spirited and just really fucking sad. Like I mentioned, there was a couple of times she tried to cushion the blows, like, oh, we're such good friends, this is all okay. And then when one of the questions during Truth or Drink is, what was your favorite thing about Dilly? She says that he's nice, and that he's like just super nice and not awkward. Those are the only couple of instances where she wasn't just shitting on him. And I think she did that because she could see from the chat that people were dogpiling onto Dilly, and it is just a really uncomfortable stream entirely.
How likely is it for him to pick up a girl tonight?
Can I answer this honestly?
Honestly, you're not getting shit. I think maybe a girl will be down to dance with you, you know?
That's a win.
But there's no way. I don't think you're getting any girls' numbers. Or going home with... I'm going to say it's a 0 out of 10.
Well, obviously, I wouldn't bring anyone back here. But...
I would let you. I'm a good friend. So if you want to bring a girl back here, you can.
Yeah, you can, but you definitely won't get anyone. So you know, I'm just gonna say, yeah, you can. Sure, I'm a good friend. You know, usually if people are good friends, usually they try to actually be wing woman, wingman to people, right? They try to like actually actively help a friend to like try to start a conversation with someone, or just try to start any kind of, like something with him, right? And then she's all like, I mean, are you sure you're a good friend to him? Because you're not even offering to do that. You're just straight up saying, yeah, no, he can't get anyone, so whatever.
But I'm just being honest, I don't see it. Prove me wrong, though. You don't prove me wrong.
I was perfectly content
you don't need to
not
see it,
show
girl.
you any more clips from the stream. I was just about to end the video, but then I remembered this moment, and I just had to showcase it. Even if it's not directly about her, she won't even let him think he has a chance with any girl, for that matter. None.
Yeah, she's super...
Like he's not even allowed to go into the club with a good mindset. They're going to a club.
Yeah, and it's very weird. Like, she acts like she never wants to get together with him, which is fine. That's fine and stuff like that. But she also acts like no one else would ever want to be interested in him or want to be together with him. You don't know people, okay? You know how many people are out there, for crying out loud? There's billions of people, girl. You cannot speak for every single person. It's impossible, okay? Okay? Sheesh. Like, people will get rejected. That's normal. That's fine, you know? But, you know, people also get accepted. Maybe someone else is interested in you that you never knew they existed, and then they let you know, or then you or someone tells you about it, and then you talk to them, and then you see if you get along, then maybe you think of being together with them or not, and stuff like that, you know? Or sometimes people that actually take the Love is Blind a bit seriously, right? They actually try to get to know the person, right? Without seeing them and stuff like that, which is a reality TV show, by the way. And, you know, and you talk to people behind walls and stuff like that without seeing them. And then maybe, you know, those people and then sometimes those people end up getting engaged and stuff like that. And when they see the fiance, sometimes they do admit that, you know, they're not particularly a person that they would have thought to go for, but they do like their personality or something like that. Like, you don't know how people are going to get together, girl. Hello? You can't speak for everyone. This girl. She's like super, like, you know, like, you don't have to see it in order to believe that he could get together with someone. Okay? Just stop being so weird. Okay, like...
later this evening,
it's weird. It's very
they
bizarre.
were getting hype for it. Like, chat was asking, hey, do you think he has a chance with a girl? And this was her response to it. He's not even allowed to have a good mentality going into it because she's already shitting on him beforehand to bring his self-esteem down.
Yeah, basically she put his face on a dartboard and just continuously throwing darts at him, and that's how she sees it, and then she thinks that she's right for seeing it like that.
It's just bullying. Like, she is just a bully to this guy. It just doesn't end. He's not allowed to breathe for a second, A, because of the allergies that he's subjected to, but B, because she is constantly this miasma of hate to him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so negative. If this was actually any semblance of a friend, she would have lifted him up, like, yeah, you're gonna get some pussy tonight, let's go, you know, let's have a good time out there tonight.
Or, you know, maybe I'll help him out.
That's not what she's doing.
Something.
She's immediately putting him down. Again, for the millionth time this stream.
Who's better looking, Dilly or your ex? My ex. Next question. Do you ever have any feelings for any of your mods, including him? Hell no. That's why they're my mods.
Last clip from this stream, I promise, but I thought this was an important one.
Oh, I don't know. That was also a very unnecessary comment from her. Like, again, she doesn't need to be interested in anyone, but she also doesn't have to go out of her way to express it like that. Like, what do you mean you wouldn't date anyone that's your mod? That's why they're your mod. Like, that is a very weird comment. In any way you think about it, you know, you could just be all like, nah, I don't see my mods as, you know, like a romantic interest. You know, we just have good times together, but I don't see them in that light. It's something, you know, where is her common sense? Where are you? I think common sense.
I have for a long time preached about how awful parasocial relationships are and how prevalent it is in streaming. I think hearing her say this should have snapped a ton of people out of that mentality just by donating to somebody or modding for somebody in this case, that all of a sudden they're going to somehow develop feelings for you or something. Doesn't happen. It won't happen. And that is not a healthy mindset for you as a viewer to be in. I wanted to put this here because she just says it with her whole chest right in front of Dilly again. per usual here for this stream, but this was actually an important lesson to learn. Just because you mod for somebody or donate to somebody, if you're a tier 3 sub to somebody, if you've been sub to somebody for years, they are not all of a sudden your best friend, and they are not obligated to fall in love with you or have
and I don't think anyone learned that lesson.
Tough pill to swallow for some, I'm sure, but it needs to get through. Now, all that being said, what Dilly was subjected to here is nothing shy of heinous. Nobody deserves this level of public humiliation, and I feel extremely bad for him, and I'm just genuinely wishing him the best going forward. I just had to talk about this because it is one of the downright meanest and saddest streams I've ever seen on Twitch. Like, probably ever, I think. So yeah, that's really about it. Not saying a lot. So, yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I chose to react to this video as well, and stuff, because Charlie over here, he actually did talk to Dilly, you know, the mod that we saw and stuff like that. He asked him, you know, what happened, like, why were you there, what was going on and stuff like that. So for, you know, clarity wise as well, let's talk about it a little bit, shall we? So the place that they were, okay, this is her house, okay, this is a girl's house. He went over to visit her and stuff like that, and then he was staying in her house. So, you know, not only is she a streamer and he's a mod, which, you know, gives her the more power and stuff like that, because, you know, mods cannot, you know, time out other mods, but streamers can time out their mods, and when they time out their mods on Twitch, at least, that does make them lose their mod privileges, and then you would have to go and remod them and stuff like that. So one, there's that power difference between them. Two, since she is the person that's hosting someone in her own place, you know, he might feel a little bit more reserved, a little bit more shy, you know, not so comfortable because, you know, you're in someone else's place, you know. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, even when I go over to, you know, my friend's place and stuff like that, I still act a little bit reserved because, you know, it's not my place, you know. Sure, they're all like, yeah, just, you know, do whatever and stuff, it's fine and stuff like that, but also you don't know where everything is, you don't know what's what and stuff like that, so you still try to ask people for help when you go over to their places. That's normal and stuff like that. So what he told Charlie was basically that he had this idea, and he has this persona that, you know, he gets girls and stuff like that, and they were gonna do like a playful kind of segment and stuff like that, you know, where he was gonna be all like all the riz, all the chill, all the stuff and like that. And then clearly that that never happened, because all she did was, you know, just basically just talk very ill about him and stuff like that. And, you know, Charlie also said, you know, why were you just letting this behavior continue? You could have just left if you wanted to. Like, was it really, like, why were you staying that long there and whatnot and stuff like that? And again, he said that, no, we're actually good friends. I know you guys saw some concerning stuff about what happened, but we're actually really good friends, is what he kept telling Charlie, and Charlie didn't believe him and stuff like that, because, you know, it's very hard to believe. And again, she might just be using the word friend to just make you believe you're her friend, but she actually, in her, you know, like, if she talks behind your back, she might actually say, actually, you're not my friend, you're just my punching bag, or something like that. Because, you know, at the end of the day, people do use the word friends to trick people. You know, this has been going on for a very long time. This is not a unique situation or anything like that. So please be careful who you call your friends. You know, be aware of, you know, how they treat you and stuff like that and whatnot. Because I feel like this was a good example of, like, seeing how other people act with one another, but also, like, for you to think about, you know, like, what friendship should look like and what it means to you. That's why I wanted to react to this video specifically, because, you know, like, I mean, even if, you know, after that stream, she was all like, oh, I'm sorry I was being so harsh to you during the stream, you know, it was just all in good jokes and yada, 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 yada. I really, do you really want someone to treat you so poorly in public, but be, you know, sweet to you in private? I don't think so, you know. There should be some kind of time where you say, actually, I don't agree with what you did at all, and I just think overall it was a very bad experience for me. I think I'm just gonna go, or something, you know. Because, you know, he was all like, you know, it was actually going to go such a different way. We were going to, you know, do other stuff. It was going to be such a great time and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we did not see that happen in any of the clips that Charlie showed or any of the stream, apparently, that people watched. We never saw that kind of thing. Like, there was, like, not a moment where he was able to, like, you know, feel comfortable, even look visibly comfortable or anything like that. So it's just very weird. Okay, so let this be just a warning to anyone. And of course, like I said, we're just speculating. We don't know how the people treat each other once the cameras are closed. Of course, we don't know. Sometimes people treat others very nice when cameras are rolling, but once the cameras are off, they just treat the other person like garbage. So this was like a reverse of that situation in a way, right? Or like, I don't know if anyone ever heard Hilary Duff's Stranger song. But, you know, in that one, she was being treated very nicely by the boyfriend when they were out in public. But then, you know, behind closed doors, she was being treated very poorly by him in the song and stuff like that. And it's all like, I mean, sometimes, you know, you need to take a step back and think, if there's such a contrast between someone treating me in such a way in public and treating me in such a way in private, is it really worth being together with them in any shape or form? Is what we have an actual thing and stuff like that? Because, you know, when I first watched this, I was just like this all the time, like, what are you, how are you treating, like that, you know? After a while, it was just like, why, dude, why put yourself through this? Like, sheesh. But mostly to the girl, I was like, girl, you could have just answered anything with common sense, anything at all, but no, you chose not to, and stuff like that. Sheesh, man, sheesh. Just, you know, I hope you have good friends out there that actually care about you, and you care about your friends equally as well. And I'll see you again for another video. For now, bye-bye. Treat yourselves well, guys. Treat yourselves well. Bye-bye.